what are your plans for economic development, and could you be more specific rather than general on that?
Any particular candidate you want to
All of
start?
them.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, some of the things we have to look at for economic development is we've got some in place. We have Better Cities that's working for us right now. What they're doing is, what they do is they go around and they do a study of downtown areas that are not growing at all, that are pretty much stagnant, almost dead. And what's nice about them is they go into the community, they talk with leaders, they talk with people, they talk with businesses. And one of the things that we can do is to see what their ideas are. We can look at other cities on our own and see what they have done to improve job growth. Economic growth, of course, is a major component of the community. Again, working on our infrastructure is important. We want the infrastructure to be ready so when businesses come in, we don't have to have them wait for a year or 6 months or whatever before they can actually build their business. Then as far as some of the other ideas that we have is we can offer them incentives. Some of the incentives that we have offered, we can offer them infrastructure improvement, utility improvements, and we can also offer them some tax incentives.
Real economic development is twofold. I think there's an industrial and a retail component to our economic development in the area. My key focus in economic development is wage growth. Our key problem in the region right now is a relatively low median income that not only inhibits quality of life, but it inhibits retail development and growth. And so the only people that can grow in the retail sector are very large national chains that have relatively low overhead and can keep costs low, and it inhibits growth on a local level from niche businesses and people that want to start their own businesses here locally. So as far as industrial, I've been very pleased with the economic development team in the city and the county and the things we've been able to do to start bringing high quality jobs. I also want to work very closely to ensure that our education system continues to train high skilled workers, because these are the workers that not only through organization amongst themselves and through the unique skills that they provide to the job, they tend to have the most secure and high paying jobs. They really are the prime economic movers in our community. And that leads into retail growth, because when everybody has higher wages, then there's more money to spend on local, creative, niche businesses here in the community. Finally, the best, most specific thing, Mark, that you can do for developing retail growth is to just shop locally. I, for one, plan on stopping at your place later today.
I agree with Jim at that point. Shop locally. And I know thanks to Mark and Keyport for coming to my JAH, or Junior Achievement event last week, I will be stopping because I did find a bottle of wine that I absolutely love. In that sense, we have a great team. They're called the Mayor's Economic Development Team, and it consists of the BID, the Economic Development Association, the Chamber, and the city and the mayor. They are a great duo, or I guess they're more than a duo. They're a great group of people that have a strong passion to see Superior grow, so we need to continue working with them. From what I hear from them, that process only gets better as the years move forward and they develop even better processes to get things in. My big thing to get economic development is I'm very passionate about the Better City US initiative. I think that they're proven that they can change cities such as ours. They had Provost, Utah, that was a lot worse off than Superior, and now it's one of the most popular entertainment districts, and they have great ideas for great plans for kids and for families and for young professionals and for older generations as well. It's a great program, and I completely believe in it full-heartedly.
First of all, I appreciate Jim's comment about buying locally. We have what we can buy here in the community for most everything we need, and we need to emphasize buying local in Superior, Wisconsin. In fact, I'm going to go pick up our steaks this Superior Meats after for our Valentine's, and Tuesday night at our party, the food's coming from Keyport. So anyway. I don't like to use the word I, but I'm going to. I am the only candidate that has a career in economic development. A lot of years. And I have a master's degree in economic development, project management. I've employed that, but I've also owned businesses and continue to own a business. So I know the perspective of the other side of the table. I do not believe, I never have believed that government creates jobs. No, government does not create jobs. Government can be an obstacle or an assistance. And we've chosen in every fashion, form, and opportunity to be of assistance to businesses and industries. I have a background in it. We've had some very successful results of the last 3.5 years as being your mayor. And I want to also say that if you look at, I hope you take the opportunity to read what my brochure says. And we hear generalities. I'm a very low-key guy. We hear generalities about I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that, and what I want you to see here is the specifics of the accomplishments over the last 3.5 years and what the plan, the actual plan is for the next 4 years. You may not agree with some of them, and certainly that's good because it offers a discussion. One of those in the next 4 years is, I call it a field house, but it's more attuned to what Kaylee is talking about, a place for kids. Kids to play, kids to recreate, kids to play baseball in inclement weather and so forth. So we add to the opportunity of the recreational and athletic program of Superior. Look at what I have proposed in relationship to what you believe is necessary for the community to keep growing, and try to get through the generalities of, I think I'll do this and I've got some ideas here and maybe that. We are growing. We're not growing so much in population, but we're growing in jobs. We just had 20 new businesses, mostly retail, come to the city of Superior this past year. And we're growing in that effort. One of our members of our economic development team, actually two, their focus, their charge is retail commercial. And the rest of us are in the industrial economic development scene. We have a strong team, but a very small team. And when a client approaches us, or we approach them, we will tell them within 3 weeks whether we can help them or not. We don't waste their time. We don't let them waste our time. We move forward quickly in economic development. And we have a good, strong team doing that now. The only problem we have is we need a larger team. The plates are full, and we need more professionals in the economic development world to help the private industry create jobs. Thank you.
So respectfully, Mayor, I have to correct you. You're not the only one up here with a career in economic development. That's what I do, folks. The Department of Employment and Economic Development is what I do, and as I mentioned before, career development was what I did before that. So I'm younger, I'm quite a bit younger than you, but I still call it a career. I'm in the middle of my career. You're in the end of your career. I'm sorry, bad. So moving on. So talking to businesses, folks, first of all, let it be known, I am not a business owner, but I'm talking to a lot of business owners. I'm in the community every day talking to people, and I'm hearing some reoccurring themes, or issues rather, of what we need to address. One of the things that we need to address is the cost of doing business. It's expensive to own a business, right? You can shake your head, yes. So the question becomes, what can we do locally to lessen that cost? Well, we need to do anything and everything we can. So you want real specifics, and after this, I'll get with you and I'll share with you some of the things that I've learned. But one of the things is our inspection and permitting process. We can streamline that whole process. And again, I have many specifics that I can get into, and I have them written, and I can email you them as well. Government intrusion is another big issue that I hear from business owners, and that can be more of a state issue sometimes, and federal law as well. But there are things that we can do locally to minimize the government intrusion. Another big thing that I've heard reoccurring is street closures due to infrastructure improvement are really taking their toll on local businesses. And so, again, specifics, some of the things that we can do there are look into tax compensation to these businesses that are affected by the street closures. And so those are the three top things that I've been hearing from local business owners. So those are the top three things that we need to address. And again, if I start hearing other issues that are reoccurring or serious, we need to address that. In addition to these things, and again, I have a very comprehensive plan, but we need to consider public-private investment. Public partnering with private to drive our economy forward. One of the ideas that I have is a conference center here in Superior. That needs to happen. When people want to have a seminar, when they look at our region, they go to Duluth. So the DEC, Entertainment and Convention Center. So we need to consider a public-private partnership to build a conference center here in Superior that will accommodate state, tri-state area, regional conferences. Currently, we don't have that in Superior, so we need to get on that. And another thing too is partnering. An example is the new construction at Senior High School. The National Bank of Commerce they were the private enterprise that really made that happen. They did make that happen. And I talked to the CEO of NBC, the National Bank of Commerce, and we sat down and had a really long discussion about the importance of the city, the public, investing in those types of projects. The city of Superior invested virtually nothing in that project. So going forward, and we can all see the huge economic impact that has. The football games, granted that the football team did wonderfully, but the venue that was created there had a ripple effect into our community, the whole region really. And so those are the types of things going forward that we need to invest in.